Jaylen Brown is the new Isiah Thomas.
I don't know what went into that process. I met the criteria to be selected, but I wasn't.
The 1992 Olympic Dream Team is considered to be the best team of NBA greats that was ever assembled. But it could be argued, this year's team could be better than the Dream Team. But outside of both teams being really good, there's one particular thing that makes both teams similar, and it's the scandal around a great player being left off the team. If you missed it, Jaylen Brown was left off the Olympic squad, not once, but twice. And many believe it's due to the relationship he has with Nike. But if you look at it straight up, he is good enough to be on this team. He has a Finals MVP, he's an NBA champion, a 3-time All-Star, a fringe superstar, and signed the biggest contract in NBA history. So it begs the question, is he good enough to be on the roster? The answer is yes. So why wasn't he? When the 1992 Olympic Dream Team was being formed, at the time, Isiah Thomas was a 2-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, 11-time All-Star, and a 5-time All-NBA, and considered one of the best point guards of all time. Yet he was snubbed from the Dream Team. And here's where it gets really similar between Isiah Thomas and Jaylen Brown. They were both snubbed for inferior talent for the team, Brown with Derek White and Isiah Thomas with John Stockton. Both great players being Derek White and John Stockton, but we all know that Jaylen Brown and Isiah Thomas are both the better players. So once again, why weren't they brought onto the team? And the immediate answer, biasness. But outside of that, the key thing that went wrong for Brown and Isiah Thomas was they upset the wrong people. When the news broke about Derek White being chosen over Jaylen Brown for Team USA, Brown responded with 2 tweets. And when asked about the tweets, Brown said this.
What was that about? Do you think they had any role in you being left off?
I do for sure. There'll be more stuff to come with that. But as of now, I'm not gonna comment on it.
It's very important to note this, that Jaylen Brown is a sneaker free agent. He has worn different brands on the court in a various amount of Nikes, but he covers the swoosh. Brown started doing this after he made these comments in 2022 saying, "Since when did Nike care about ethics?" This would be in response to a quote by Nike CEO Phil Knight about Kyrie Irving in his posting of an anti-Semitic video. And Kyrie Irving is yet another player that was left off of Team USA. And many believe it's because of his stance against Nike. And while all these rumors are swirling, managing director of the USA men's basketball team, Grant Hill, tried to get in front of it by giving this statement.
This is about putting together a team. And I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because I think just overall, you have incredible interest from an abundance of talent that we have here in the United States. And I've talked a little bit about when we assembled this roster. You can't, you got 12 spots. You have to build a team. And one of the hardest things is leaving people off the roster that I'm a fan of, that I look forward to watching throughout the season, throughout the playoffs. Guys who've been Finals MVPs, guys who've been a part of the program, guys who've won gold medals, guys who I respect, admire, and enjoy watching. But the responsibility that I have is to put together a team, and a team that complements each other, a team that fits, a team that will give us the best opportunity for success. And so whatever theories that might be out there, they're just that.
But Brown's suspicion of Nike has validity, as Nike has had his hand in picking players for the teams.
In the past, have there been decisions made with Team USA over the last 15, 20 years where a player's shoe deal has influenced it? Of course. If it's 50-50, would there ever be a Nike player get in over an Adidas player, and has that happened? Yes, Jaylen Brown is correct that has happened.
And now look at Isiah Thomas. He was left off the squad due to his relationship with Michael Jordan. And according to sources, when the Dream Team was assembled, they wanted Michael Jordan, obviously because he was the best player in the world at the time. And one of the stipulations was Michael Jordan wouldn't play on the team if Isiah Thomas was on the squad. So if Isiah Thomas didn't play, Michael Jordan would join the roster. But Jordan has denied these claims multiple times, but it does kind of add up, because Michael Jordan is not shy at all in revealing how much he hates Isiah Thomas.
I respect Isiah Thomas's talent. To me, the best point guard of all time is Magic Johnson, and right behind him is Isiah Thomas. No matter how much I hate him, I respect his game. Now, it was insinuated that I was asking about him, but I never threw his name in there. Based on the environment and the camaraderie that happened on that team, it was best harmony. Would Isiah made a different feeling on that team? Yes. You want to attribute it to me? Go ahead, be my guest. But it wasn't me.
Whether this was Jordan's decision or not, he was right when he said the vibe would have been different if Isiah was in the team because multiple guys hated him. Scottie Pippen and Karl Malone were not fans of Isiah. Larry Bird didn't like Isiah after he agreed with the comments made by Dennis Rodman about Bird. And Michael Jordan didn't want him on the team after he joked about Johnson's sexuality when he contracted HIV. So Isiah Thomas did not have any support on the team from the current players. But the Jaylen Brown situation is a little different because Brown isn't hated by any members of the team, but he isn't getting any support from the players in the team as well. Even his own teammate danced around the question when asked.
Talk about having Jaylen here.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys that could, take that last spot or whatever. Yeah, it is.
Another problem for Brown is that 9 of the 12 players on the roster have shoe deals with Nike or they wear their shoe, including the Celtics, Tatum, White, and Drew Holiday. More importantly, the person with the biggest voice in the team is LeBron James. If Nike did actually want Jaylen Brown not being on the team, it's obvious someone like LeBron James wouldn't say anything because he's getting paid hand over his fist by the company. While Jaylen Brown and Isiah Thomas weren't added to Olympic teams, both will be forever linked to the team for why they were never added, and it'll be a question that will always be coming up for the rest of time.